Friends, and it is Kate back for the July Betsy-Tacy 2019 video. So if for some reason this is your first time watching this sort of video, myself and Kelly from Books I'm Not Reading are hosting a year-long read-along through all of Maud Hart Lovelace's Deep Valley books. And first we're going through all of the Betsy-Tacy books. We're very excited about it, and this is my third time reading through the series, and it's been such a delight. This month's July's book was Betsy and the Great World. Unfortunately, this so far is actually my least favorite in the series, which I know might disappoint some people because I know some people really love this one, and I can't remember which Betsy-Tacy reader it was, but I know someone had said maybe it was their favorite. And my reason for this being my least favorite is very simple, and it's that I miss everyone in Deep Valley so much. So the book starts out where Betsy has had two fairly uninspiring, unsuccessful years away at college. She feels disappointed kind of in her academic career, and she also got appendicitis while she was at college in her freshman year. So that really can kind of throw a spanner in the works. You know, it's really going to throw you off to have a big illness like that. You have to have surgery. So yes, I think it's appendicitis. Now I'm questioning myself, but she gets really sick and has to be then behind in her schoolwork. And she's just feeling kind of uninspired with the whole college thing. So she basically just asked her father, can I travel instead? I want to be a writer, and I feel that a writer can learn, everything I need to learn by traveling just as well as I could. I've had 2 years of college, and why don't we just see what would happen with me traveling? And I just adore her parents. They really do want their children to be successful and like the best versions of themselves that they can be. And so he's supportive, and he sends her off with an acquaintance, and Betsy starts to travel the world. So it's not that she's not in interesting places, because first she does a cruise and meets lots of really interesting, worldly wise, sophisticated types that are traveling on the train. And then eventually she is in Germany, and then she is in Italy, and then France, and then England. And it's all so very interesting. She meets some really just fabulous characters. She makes some really great friends. It's really neat to see the world through Betsy's eyes, all of these new things she's gotten to observe. And they stop off at several places on the cruise, and there's so many places I'm having trouble remembering the different ones. There's a place that the name for it is not the name they use for it now. Oh, that's gonna really bug me. Okay, where? Algiers. Yes, Algiers. Or maybe they use it for Algiers now. I'll have to look that up later. So anyhow, she visits all of these places. She learns really interesting things. I love that she really throws herself in with trying to learn the language. She's still working on her writing career this whole time, of course, because that was the whole purpose of this trip, was to make her a better writer. And her younger sister, Margaret, is sending off all of her stories through this kind of rotation. When one magazine doesn't want it, she tries it at another magazine, and she really makes an effort in the different places that she's in to try to write each day. When she feels more at home and more inspired by a place, I think she has more success with her writing. And also we find out right when the book starts that Tacy has gotten married, which is very exciting, and Julia has gotten married, which is very exciting. And we also find out that unfortunately Betsy and Joe are no longer going together, which is very sad, because he'd kind of been the ideal guy for her all through high school, and then they were finally together. And now it looks like things have come to a halt. So she's really thinking about that a lot, even through her whole time traveling the world, Joe is still on her mind, and she has other, prospective love interests. It's not that there's nobody else there. It's that it seems like Joe kind of seems to be her gold standard for what a guy should be like. So it's very interesting to see her contemplating what she wants her future to be like, and whether she and Joe will end up together. Yeah. So like I said, this is my least favorite just because I missed everyone. Betsy's homesick for a lot of this, and I felt homesick along with Betsy. So I just really wanted to see her friends. I wanted to see how they were doing and spend time with them. I was thinking this would have been so fun if like Tib, because Tacy's married, so maybe Tacy couldn't have, and also I don't know if financially Tacy could have, but if Tib had traveled the world with Betsy, it would have really changed the experience for me. But I just felt very lonely throughout, because Betsy feels very lonely throughout, and I think I do feel like a very deep connection to Betsy. So yeah, I think that was my general idea of it. It was very entertaining and it moved very quickly, but I felt lonely for Betsy. And I don't think I have much else to say. It is interesting. It's definitely thrown in with world events. Right at the end, the Archduke Franz Ferdinand has been murdered. So, World War I is really going to be kicking into gear. And so it's kind of a race. Betsy needs to get home while she can't get home, while, transportation is able to take her home. So yes, those are my thoughts on Betsy and the Great World. Let me know what you thought. Next month, we will be reading Betsy's Wedding. So I think we can kind of guess how things turn out for Betsy Ray by the title of the next book. And then we'll be moving on to some Deep Valley books that I have never read. I will put the schedule in the description box down below, because honestly, I forget the next one that we're reading in the month of September. So I hope you all have a lovely day, and I will be back for a video soon. Bye.